suitcase in my hand. I never run away, boy. You can walk away.
Hey everybody. All right. We are 1 week out from taking our road trip. Want everybody to first take a quick look at Melissa's amazing hair. So that's the that is the finished product, and it's just awesome.
Biker hair complete.
And who did that?
Katie at Salon San Carlos, downtown Pensacola, and she's amazing.
She is. She's really great. All right. So we've got a lot of what we're taking strewn out on the bed here, and
we had to clean up our room for y'all, so I just want you to know.
Ish. Yeah,
So
don't judge us.
Don't judge.
Okay, so first off, this is for the guys. We're going to get awkward at some points here, but there's things that need to be talked about. So first off, just going with the base layer stuff here. I went ahead and picked up some moisture wicking underwear there, boxer briefs. Haven't tried these on the road yet, but I've heard that this is a must. Also, Gold Bond powder, something like that to keep you dry is really important. I found something that's a little bit better. I'm sure my mother will probably see this video and will think this is really awkward, but I'm sorry, this stuff is great. I highly recommend it. It goes on like a cream, but it acts like a powder after it's on, and it's better than anything I've ever used. So socks. A lot of people recommend getting like good moisture wicking socks and stuff like that for this. Honestly, I just have some regular boot socks. Nothing special about those. We'll see later on down the road if that ends up being a problem. I've got several, well not several, but I've got a few t-shirts that I'm bringing. I bought this one specifically because as we mentioned in a previous video, we're going to be going June 25th through July. We're going to be through you know, Las Vegas, Grand Canyon, all the really hot areas. So I went ahead and got some good moisture wicking t-shirts, things of that nature. I also have just one kind of non-t-shirt Harley shirt. It's really light, it's really comfortable. It was on sale at the Harley shop. I thought it looked cool, so I bought it. And then just a couple of regular standard t-shirts. Boots. I picked these up at Cavender's several years ago. I have ridden, I couldn't even tell you how many thousand miles on these boots. These things are incredible. You can pick them up at a lot of just like Western wear stores. They usually have good motorcycle boots there, and they're a lot cheaper there than they are at the Harley shop. Also, the problem I have with these boots is that they're pretty thick, and they're awesome until it gets really hot outside. It's going to be really hot through a lot of the trip. Just in case, if it gets unbearable, I'm going to try, and emphasis on try, I'm going to try to shove some shoes in here like this. I don't recommend riding with stuff like this, but if it gets to the point where you just can't stand it anymore, it might be safer just to get more comfortable than it is to be absolutely miserable. Alright, also a pair of blue jeans, nothing special like that. I can't afford any of the special riding jeans that have the Kevlar and stuff like that in them. Those are just regular jeans. Next, we're bringing our leather because we're going to be going through the Rockies, and it gets pretty cold in some of those places, so we're bringing at least the jackets. We decided that we couldn't fit the chaps, so those didn't make the cut. But we are bringing the jackets with the liners. I got this jacket a few years ago from Harley Davidson. It's absolutely awesome. This jacket has got so many vents, I swear they must have tested this thing in a wind tunnel. When you're riding down the road in this thing, even on a hot day, you can stay really cool. And these, I've never really experienced jackets like this before. Traditionally, I've always seen sport bike guys with these, but I started noticing them at the Harley shop, and these things are incredible. When you've got one of these on, this is just a standard mesh jacket. This thing's really, relatively, you know, as far as Harley goes, this is cheap. I spent like $100 on this thing. It breathes so well. I'm almost more comfortable wearing it than I am not wearing it. And what's even better than that is it's got pockets for body armor. So it provides a good bit of safety as well. And it's about a 6,000 mile trip, so we definitely want to make sure we're staying safe on that. Okay, next thing we have rain gear. This is standard, again, Harley-Davidson brand rain gear. I'm kind of a sucker for everything Harley-Davidson, and I know I am, and they know I am too, so nothing too special about it. This is, I'm not even sure which model this is, but it's kind of a mid-grade one. They have some that are really, really expensive. They have some that are really cheap. This is somewhere in the middle. But we've tested this recently, and that was a good time, wasn't it? We tested this recently and got absolutely soaked, stayed bone dry underneath it. It was great. We tested again yesterday because we thought we were about to hit a thunderstorm. We didn't. I was so ragey angry after about 5 minutes of wearing this thing because it was so stinking hot. So I'm only going to put this on if I'm completely convinced that I'm going to get wet. Also, thanks to Sarah at Harley-Davidson in Pensacola.
Thanks, Sarah.
We love her. She's awesome. She loaned us her GoPro. We put it on a selfie stick. We see a lot of people using the GoPro sticks that are actually like really beefy. This is a little flimsy, but I honestly feel pretty comfortable that that's not going to get away from us or anything. And I've seen some people do some really great motorcycle videos. I'd love to give a shout out to those at some point, just because they kind of inspired us a lot on this trip. Also, Atlas, I don't currently have a iPhone mount or anything for the bike. I do have one of those pouches. It's a magnetic pouch, sits right on the tank. It'll hold it, but it's not the most, it's a little awkward, I'll just say that. But we're going to use the Atlas. I just think it's cooler, it's more traditional, and it's just more fun to flip through as you're laying awake at night, not able to get sleep. One more thing that I wanted to focus on real quick is how we're going to get all this onto the bike. We're riding a 2003 Road King Classic. We've got a leather tour pack, and not the big tour pack either, just a standard leather tour pack. We're going to put all of this on the bike by using these vacuum seal bags. We tried all this earlier and got everything on the bike with a little bit of room to spare. And the way we're going to handle this on the road is I went ahead and ordered the kind that come with a little hand pump. And that should hopefully work out pretty well. All right, it's about 6 hours later. I realized that I didn't put kind of a finishing scene, whatever you want to call this, on the video. So everything you saw there, that's everything that I'm bringing as the guy on this trip. Make sure you tune in to Melissa's video, and she'll talk about everything that she's bringing along and all the girl things. All right, thanks for watching.
I can see the shadows at the foot of my